He is here to explain to us who is Mining City, who is Greg, who is Mining City, and how does Mining City operates, of course, and how do people change their lives in Mining City? Mr. Greg?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. I will now talk about Mining City and myself. A lot of this stuff has already been talked about by Eyal, so I will just get to the most important point. First of all, myself, I'm Greg Rogowski. I am from Poland. All my life, I've worked in marketing and advertising and promotions. And as Eyal said, in 2018, I worked as a VP for marketing for MineBest. At that time, MineBest was already a cloud mining company. So it was a company that had cloud mining packages, and we were selling those packages to private investors all over the world. When we went to Korea for a blockchain event, and during that time, Bitcoin was, I think it was just about $3,500, $4,000, something like that. And MineBest was actually the only company in the world that managed to mine Bitcoin profitably at that time. So I had this speech in Korea about the possibility of mining and being profitable while mining in a bearish market. So a market that is low. And after that speech, we were actually approached by Mr. Park from IDAM Group from Korea, who was very interested in our product. And he offered us, obviously, this opportunity to sell it in a network marketing scheme. And to be honest, it's all again down to Eyal, because he was very excited and he wouldn't let me sleep for an entire night. He came into my room and he was talking about it and talking about it. And he convinced me. He convinced me totally to actually do it. And but we decided that we wanted to approach it differently, because there were several companies like ours, different companies like ours, but we wanted this to be something special. We wanted this to be something totally different than all the other companies that were there. So we decided to separate. We separated two most important things that we're doing. Mining City is just a network marketing network. It's marketing support, it's legal support, it's client support, and it is the website. The product itself, as Eyal said, it's taken care of. It is provided by MineBest. This gives us one very important thing. Apart from this thing that we obviously concentrate on what we are best on, because Eyal is technological, I am marketing. But the most important thing that we can get is, because we were a very young company, a new company on the market, we needed validation. I mean, we didn't expect anyone to believe us from the outgo that we have this product, which is digital. And you know, when you're selling a digital product online within network marketing, you need some validation. You need people to be, to trust you. It is a trust game. So thanks to this separation, MineBest actually appears in every single blockchain event, trade fair, conference, everywhere around the world, and they get the product validated by third-party companies. And that was evident from the day one on our website. We had the plans validated by CryptoCompare, which is a third-party site. We had our pool secured by BTC.com. It still is. So it was there on the website as well. Our cooperation with outside suppliers of technical equipment was also validated by those suppliers. So this only added to the transparency that we wanted to give to this company. And one of the most important things, the plans that we sell, they sell you the terahash power, the mining power. They sell you the digital power, the processing power that you need to actually obtain cryptocurrencies. And this is the main difference between us and all the other companies. You are able to see through third-party channels exactly how much rewards you are getting every day. This is very important for many people, because we don't validate it. We don't have to tell you what it is. You can check yourself. This is, I think, one of the most important and unique selling points of Mining City. So when Mining City started, we obviously started going around the world with our message, talking about what Mining City is, what the packages are, how you can buy them, and what the rewards will be. And to be honest, the success we've met was incredible. And when we asked people what the success was, it was down to actually two most important things. First of all, it was obviously honesty and transparency. And second, it was client support. Companies that do online business actually need to be in constant contact with the clients, because there's no place you can actually go and see the product. You can visit the farm, obviously, when you can, but this is only limited to some people. I mean, 200,000 people, if we bring them to Kazakhstan, if we bring them to China, that would be quite a trip. So we need to be in constant contact with all the clients. We need to reassure them. We need to help them with all the problems they might have. And that was actually the first department that we've built. One of the first departments we built, apart from IT, was client support. And the response we got from that was incredible. So after a year of our, up till now, we've made $250 million. So we're a $250 million company. And as I said, we're an online company. The product is digital. So we deliver the product constantly, regardless of the coronavirus, which is, it's a very bad situation for everywhere around the world. I mean, I'm talking to you from my mom's house. So we're contained here within. I'm stuck with her, or she's stuck with me rather. And this is what the Mining City is all about. We provide while others actually stop. The other thing is that with Mindbest taking care of the product, we have been able to actually prevent some of the situations on the market, like the volatility of Bitcoin. That was actually taken care of us by extending the mining range. We run promotions, which is also a very important part of this business, because it helps people sell, it helps people build their own businesses based on our packages. And obviously, the greatest thing that we have come up with is the Bitcoin Vault. Now, Bitcoin Vault is a very unique thing. This is something you have not seen yet, and it cannot be compared to anything else within the cryptocurrency market, because two things. First of all, it's a proof of work concept. It works on the very same algorithm as Bitcoin. So that means that we can use the very same machines. So we didn't have to invest in new machines. Instead, we already had the machines to mine Bitcoin Vault and to present these packages to our clients. And to be honest, this is one of the most important things. Like Eyal said, the power that you put behind mining actually influences the value of the coin. But the even better thing, and this is what makes this whole project unique. A lot of people, when they put out a new coin, and we didn't put it out, it's not ours, it's a Genesis coin, it's an open source. But when you put out a new coin, you usually find a platform. You come up with a platform. Those platforms are really, really silly sometimes, like any sort of platform that you could actually use this coin for. So you have to give it some raison d'etre, reason to be, if you like. So what we have here within Mining City is we have the platform that is already live. We have 200,000 wallets that can actively participate in Bitcoin Vault. And once we start selling the packages for Bitcoin Vault, we are going to put those 200,000 plus wallets behind the economy of the coin. This is going to add unbelievably to the value. And because of the sheer volume, the power of the network that is behind us, this is something that is unprecedented in the world of cryptocurrency, and there's nothing you can actually compare it to. So when you say, how big can it be? How fast it can grow? How huge can it? How huge can it be? I don't know. There's nothing to compare it to. The sky is the limit here, honestly. And with the current horrible situation of the coronavirus, this is a this is a very important point for all the crypto industry and all the cryptocurrencies, because something that is hands off, something that is unregulated, that is incorruptible, that doesn't use people within transfers, within money dealings, it cannot be printed. Additionally, there's a finite amount of it. This sort of enclosed economy, this situation with the coronavirus is what cryptocurrencies were actually made for. And I believe that within a few months, by the end of this year, they are going to prove themselves as a very, very important value holder for all investors. I mean, not just people who are aware of crypto investors, but like normal investors, like regular banks, and regular governments are also looking into this right now. All you have to do is read the latest news on any of the Bitcoin related sites. You can see that the interest in cryptocurrencies is rising. And when you think about what Bitcoin Vault can add to the system, I mean, in terms of theft protection as a value holder, that's even better. I can't even imagine the limit that this coin could go to. And I'm pretty excited for this as well. I'm very excited about this. So that's it. But that's Bitcoin Vault. That's something that Eyal talked about. What about Mining City itself? Well, you will probably explain much better how the system works and how the different packages work. I will just say that what we do is we do our best to provide you with rewards every single day. You can take them out to your personal wallet. You can keep them. We are improving the system every day and working on improvements all the time, so that the system actually benefits the clients and it benefits the businesses that you are going to build. This is the most important thing for us is the trust that you bear to us. 200,000 people who have actually placed their orders with us. It's a huge responsibility, and we feel the weight of this responsibility. And this is why, as Eyal said, I mean, when we went together he was my boss and I was his employee, we actually argued constantly. We did, but once you get to this level of responsibility for the community, for one family, you don't do that anymore. I mean, you start to see the values that you didn't see before. You start to see the cooperations that you had before, and you are getting very efficient with dealing with business. I could see some questions that were asking here about the security of the company itself. Like, what happens if something happens to Eyal? What happens if something happens to me? Oh, nothing happens to the companies. I mean, they are privately held, obviously, but there are legal provisions for that. I am not going to go into details of those provisions because they include security for my children as well as for Eyal's children. So obviously we're not going to discuss it quite in the open. But as I said, 200,000 people, it's not a number that we can actually play around with. This is something that we have to take very seriously, and we're doing it. We're also working on new products. Some of them have been delayed because of the coronavirus, and we know that this is a very bad situation, but they were the new products. They were always incoming. They were supposed to be in the future. So this delay is not something that affects the business as a whole. It just affects our community because it affects us personally, because we wanted to give those products to you as soon as possible. I'm talking about the debit card. Obviously, you know about this project. You know that it's coming. We're doing everything possible to actually speed it up. Well, we've been. This is out of our hands because we have been stopped by the virus here. So yeah, I don't know. I need some heads up from you. What else could you want me to say?
Sure. When was Mining City was founded? That's one question.
Okay. Mining City was actually, what happened when we decided to separate was we had to have a company. and we bought the company off the shelf. We bought it in Cyprus. It was called Profitec. It's in the intelligent conditions. And I think the company itself was founded in 2018 because we bought it as a functioning company that actually had all of the things that we needed in the scope of its purview. Within the Cyprus law, why did we do it? Well, it's because in Poland, where we operate, the crypto legal situation is absolutely not clear. The government is somewhere in between the EU provisions of what it wants to do and not knowing what Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies really are. So we decided to go, to open a company, to buy a company somewhere where it's actually a much better crypto climate than Poland. So Cyprus was there, and obviously that's good for taxes as well. But,
for sure. So we see a lot of big organizations are normally registered.
Yes, yes. This is a situation that occurs in Poland very frequently. I mean, like every other taxi driver has a company in Cyprus, so.
Yes.
because of how government treats you here, but that's life fair for you. But so once we bought the company at the end of 2018, that was 2018, the end of 2018. We started figuring out how we would like the new project to be called, and that took actually about 2 weeks. So it was just on the cusp of New Year's Eve when we came up with the name Mining City, and we came up upon it because we saw the opportunity, the marketing opportunity in the previous project that Eyal showed you, the Minebest City. So we came up with this name. We went through 127 different names and logos, iterations really. And we already consulted them, which is also something that shows you we were not even a company by then, like a brand name, but we already consulted it with Mr. Park and his network and his community. We already consulted those ideas because we knew that whatever happens, this was like a focus group, like a marketing focus group, because we wanted them to be involved as much as possible in coming of this young company. So the pre-order started on the first day, actually it was the 7th of January 2019, and the system itself was working and mining and churning out Bitcoin on the 7th of February 2019. That's actually the official launch date of the system, mining operation, and everything concerned with Mining City. That was if you were asking like what the birthday was of Mining City, it's the 7th of February.
Okay, so we can take an official day of.
That's like the official birthday of the company. But we started at the end of 2018. And the name was officially there by the 7th of January, and the first pre-orders came in by the 7th of January. This is also when people ask me how we managed to finance Mining City. Well, obviously, Minebest took on because they were doing the most intensive work, because we already had the farms, and they took on the job of actually creating the Bitcoin and taking care of the product. But we came up with this idea of pre-orders. So before the system was running, we only had a pre-order system. And this is a big thank you to Mr. Park and his network in Korea, because they trusted us enough to actually venture into the pre-orders with this unknown brand new company that just appeared on the market. And they did it solely on the basis of actually meeting Eyal and me and talking to us. And within the first month, I think we've made about $5 million in pre-order sales. And this money actually helped us to launch Mining City. So they are the founding members. So this is why we didn't have to take out a bank loan, or we didn't need outside investors. The amazing thing about Mining City is that we have had an incredible luck with leaders, with communities that we have been in touch with. And I mean, people like you, Hannah, as well. People who care for their communities, but people who can actually recognize the right timing, they can recognize the right business, and they can recognize people who are actually willing to do honest and responsible job. And this is what we would like to do.
Thank you so much for explaining that, Greg. So since Mining City, so now for the sake of new people, so basically we have Mindbase that produces those products. I'm just calling product in the service. You take those products, you buy it, right, from Mindbase, and you now sell to the end user, which is us, who want to benefit in terms of passive income earning. Or if people want to say, Greg, instead of you doing TV marketing, magazine, newspaper, or pay the famous people to do marketing and promotion for you, you're giving us the opportunity to the community. You go and do the marketing, and the money that I could have spent for marketing and TV, because you come from a TV background, isn't it, for marketing and background. So what you're paying us as a team building is basically what you could have been spending already to marketing and promotion. Is that correct?
Yes, actually I thought about it, and it's not as easy as that. To be honest, cryptocurrencies mining and cryptocurrencies and the blockchain industry as a whole requires a lot of personal commitment, because it requires education. And to be honest, I have no idea how much TV advertising I would have to buy in order to provide the education that you guys provide. It only makes, marketing wise, it only makes sense to sell it this way, because you can do the seminars and you can take time to personally explain to every newcomer about what is going on. And this is a new industry, and most people are newcomers. I was a newcomer. I mean, at some point, Eyal was a newcomer. Before we became anything like the experts that we are right now. Well, Eyal is more of an expert. I'm still like a marketing guy, but explaining the intricacies of mining and how it can benefit you, why it's a good moment to invest. This is something that you can't get with normal advertising. And also on the other, I've talked about it before, so you probably had it, but you can sell anything using network marketing, and you can sell like memory sticks or something like that. But the product we are actually offering makes much better sense, because at the end of the network marketing game, at the end of your tree, at the very bottom of your organization, there's always one person, that final person, who is not going to play the marketing game. All they want to care about is passive income. They want to put in the money, and they want to see the rewards come back. And with Bitcoin, with crypto, with Bitcoin Vault, that is a chance that you will get much more when you already got in. That gives you that chance to actually reap a reward that is much better. You don't just buy a product. It's more than a product itself. So this is also what makes this entire industry, entire company different than what others give you. And this is why we went into this mode of selling.
Makes sense. That makes perfect sense. And it's an industry that existed since 1959. So it already proved itself that it does work. So since Mining City started, do you have anyone that said, like, I don't want this product, I want to return it? And that's one question. The second question is, what's the highest you paid to marketers or distributors?
In commitment, the highest? The highest payments, the mayors, that goes into millions of dollars. You need to realize that. So that's in the millions of dollars, really.
Wow, in millions of dollars.
Yes. So some, the mayors are making a very good living out of this. Obviously, they work hard, but they reap the very hard, the very high rewards. That's one thing. The other thing you asked me for is, have we had anyone that was dissatisfied and wanted to return? Well, if you want to return, it's like 72 hours. And when we started, We had some 72 hours requests, mainly because people wanted to test if we're really going to give your money back after 72 hours. But once they found out that we are going to give you back your money after 72 hours, if you're not satisfied for any reason, no questions asked, that actually stopped. And I don't think I have had anyone, we didn't have anyone actually backing out. No, not a person. No, yeah, I would have to ask, we have a very big client support department. It's about 30 people, and some of them are in Korea because we want to work 24/7 to cover the entire world. Well, I would have to ask Marta, who is our client manager, but I believe that I have never heard of a situation where someone actually wanted to back out.
Okay.
Not once.
That's awesome. Yeah, I also haven't come across with anyone for the past 8 months or 9 months I've been with you guys.
Oh.
And the other question is, can I, for ordinary person like me out there, what people are looking for is people want to make money, but it's been hard to trust cryptocurrency companies because of the disappointments people have had in the past. People have a spoiled relationship with family members and extended, community because they preached the previous company, whoever that is, and then they're disappointed. So now a lot of people tend to be very scared to take chance again. Now, the question I'm asking on behalf of them, I don't know if anybody has this question, please say me. The question I'm asking on behalf of people like that is, why would Mining City be different? And why should I be trusting again and take a chance again?
Okay, everyone, Faith, Pearl, Sapati, hi. I can see you asking the questions here. Look, guys, I don't think it's the problem of the cryptocurrency, of the cryptocurrency companies. I think it's the problem of network marketing companies that have dealt with cryptocurrencies, because to be honest, it's easy to fool people when you just want to open up a company and say that you are going to mine, and if you build a big enough structure, you can actually fool people for a long time. The difference here is that, as I said, we are validated by third-party companies, so you don't have to believe us. You can actually check us out online. That's one thing. Second thing is that you have to remember, we are not, at core, we are not a network marketing company that does cryptocurrency mining. What we are is a cryptocurrency mining company that added on the network marketing sales. And why we added it on? Because it only made sense for us to sell the product. I mean, we would have seen nothing like the sales that we are enjoying right now had it not been for network marketing system, because of education. This is the underlying problem of the entire business. Education. And while I'm on the subject of education, I will just say this one thing about the trust for us. Obviously, we are open to all of your questions. We invite people to visit our offices here in Poland. We invite people to visit our farms in Kazakhstan anytime you want, anytime. Well, now you can't, because obviously your government won't let you out. The Polish government won't let you in to actually see the offices. But as soon as those are open, please do come. Actually, Hannah, you have a very extended invitation. So I have to have you here in Poland actually to entertain you, and I really want you to come. And I think Eyal backs me up on that as well. But yeah, but as far as we're on the subject of education, my purpose was never to actually push people into believing me that I am legitimate or I am very honest. It's if you have to explain yourself, that means there's something you have to explain yourself for. I'll tell you what, if you want to do it, educate yourself, find out all your options, do your research, look online, check us out. If you can, come to Kazakhstan if you can wait, and and convince yourself. Once you're convinced, once you're happy, I'm very happy to have you with us. don't want anyone to feel pushed. I don't want anyone to feel manipulated, or sweet talked into this. This is a result of a year and a half of a very hard work for me, for Eyal, and for everyone in MindBest and Mining City, and for you as well. And it's really hard when you have to explain your very hard work as honest work to people. It's just really hard on us, on like an emotional level. With the work we're doing is honest, but it's also very open. I mean, you can look me up on the internet. You can look up Eyal on the internet. It's not like we're very private or concealed people, so find out all you can. And once you do, and once you're satisfied that you're happy with this business we're providing, please join us.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's amazing. One last question, and then we will let you go. Where do you see 3, 4, 5 years from now? Where do you see Mining City?
Well, this is also a question of where do we see MindBest. As you know, that we are actually growing at such an incredible pace. I think we have 2% of world mining right now in the pool. So, we wanted to be the largest mining operation of this type in the world, the largest network of people in crypto in the world. We wanted to actually expand it into a system that allows us for some regulation of the cryptocurrencies market. So the World Mining Organization that Eyal showed you, this venture that MindBest has been into, this is something where we see our future. When we create actually an environment where mining and dealing with cryptocurrencies is safe and understandable for everyone in the world. So we bring it into the mainstream. We wanted to do that. And, Mining City, in 5 years, this is going to be the largest company of this type in the world. I mean, with new markets opening right now that have legalized cryptocurrencies like India, and China. This is something that I'm afraid to even say, because when we started this whole venture, I must say I wrote a business plan, and I wrote this business plan to present to Eyal, and the numbers that I presented were nothing like the numbers that we have achieved. So I thought that, I am not very good at being a futurist. I'm not a clairvoyant, unfortunately. Or maybe I'm just too pessimistic. But the most important thing that we want to do is spread the education. And we want to be the largest force for education. We want to be the safest and the most responsible company for mining in the world. The largest, the safest, and most responsible. That means no overmining, no, even and fair distribution of mining rewards as well. This is something very important to us. The amount of investment we have made into mining machines, into the mining operations, that means that for us, the income has been, very slow. I mean, very slow. It's I'm not being objective. I mean, objectively, it's for a young company, it's incredible. But we need to recuperate those costs. We need to be on the market for a long time to actually get to where we want to be. This is not a plan for just 1 year or 2 years or 5 years. This is a plan that we want to take it up for many years into the future. And if we have to transform into something new, maybe new cryptocurrencies, maybe new products, we will take these steps, but only if our networks, if our members support us. That's it. As until then, we are going to work with our members. We are going to work with our leaders. We are going to work with the entire network to actually, make the best of what we're doing right now.
Wonderful. Fantastic. So I'm so fired up. Really, thank you so much, Mr. Greg, for spending
Thank you.
You and him are one anyway. It's your time. I think this has been educational for a lot of people. They have given us a lot of resource to work on, so we can carry on from here. If you need to go, you can go. And really, really, really thank you from the bottom of my heart. behalf
Thank
of
you, everyone, for your questions. I can see that if I can just say something, I can see that, you know, if you have any concerns, if you have any questions, please ask them to your leaders. Send them to us in Telegram groups. We will try to answer all of your concerns and all of your questions. Especially, this is very important at a time like this when nothing is stable. I mean, you know, we have been just confined to our houses in Poland last week, so this is where the situation is at right now. Please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay with your family.